And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review. Today we are reviewing Home Alone, Home Sweet Home Alone, the sixth and final, well, to date final Home Alone movie released in 2021. They made this movie over COVID. Why? Yeah, this one went straight to Disney Plus. Are we surprised? All right, I mean, they really didn't even try to release this movie in theaters. Granted, it was over COVID, so I am not super surprised, nor really disappointed in that move. But it's something I wanted to point out. But anyway, yeah, this one is widely regarded as by far the worst Home Alone movie, which was a big statement to try and live up to, with Home Alone 4 and 5 being heavy contenders in that region. But as we've seen with the Home Alone movies, it's been mostly a downward trajectory. You got Home Alone 1 and 2 are awesome. Home Alone 3 is really good, but dipping a little bit. Home Alone 4 just a straight plummet. And then Home Alone 5, we kind of did a little bit of an incline because they did try to do something original. How is Home Alone 6 going to pan out? Got a lot of thoughts. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? First off, Kenan Thompson's in this. Why? It's 2021. Why is Kenan Thompson still in media? That's not SNL. What? And he's a realtor, too. A realtor, of all things. He's a freaking realtor. Okay. He did have a really funny line. He was like, looking forward to your butt. There, I did the face. There's also the girl from The Office. Yay! She's the mom. She does a pretty good job in this movie, I'm not going to lie. Both the parents are actually really good in this movie. They're very likable characters, which was kind of surprising. Now, it is important to point out the arc of the characters that they went with for this movie, because normally it's been the kid is the protagonist, you're rooting for the kid, going up against the people trying to break into his house, right? This time, it's a little different. They make it so you want to root for the parents who are still breaking into the kid's house, but you're you're rooting for Harry and Marv in this situation. Like, I because of the end of the movie, I don't know if that's really the direction that they were expecting to go. I think it was, based on the screen time and how kind of the lines were oriented and everything like that. But it definitely is an interesting route to go to, because at the end of the day, if they wanted to really, I guess 100% flipping the roles and having the kid break into the parents' house would be weird, and I don't think that would have been looked on very favorably. Half flipping them seems kind of worse, in my opinion, because, like I said, the parents are very likable characters, but they're still trying to hurt a kid, inevitably. So, but then let's talk about this kid, actually, before I make people feel sympathetic for this child. Oh, the kid's British. The kid is British. What? Yeah, the kid's British. And he is a giant asshole for pretty much the entire movie. And it's bad. It's bad. I think people definitely, though, do look on the kid and be like, oh, one of the worst movies of all time. Move on. But I don't, like, the kid is bad, but he doesn't get nearly as much screen time as you would expect, especially with, like, more up close, intimate dialogue scenes. Like, most of his time in the movie is the action stuff, and then the ending where he's supposed to be like a good guy now, and that's fine. The establishing stuff is pretty bad, but it's not very long, so you can get along with it. Another funny quote from there's the uncle. It's this British kid's uncle, and I recognize the actor. I even looked him up, but my God, I can't remember where I've seen this guy before. I don't remember his name. I should have looked up his name before this video, and I didn't. That's on me. I'll do better. But if you look up the Home Alone 6 cast, God forbid, you'll see who I was talking about. It's also important to point out that this movie is indeed canon to the first two Home Alone movies. It's in Chicago. They're back in Chicago after they went to Maine in the fifth movie. But like this actually was the timeline that Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin existed. And it's all, there's Easter eggs and like pinpointed things all over the place. You got McAllister Home Security with the exact same logo from the first two movies. Literally Buzz is in this movie, and it's the same actor who played Buzz. That's pretty fucking cool. I liked that. I really like that, actually. And then they do Angels with Filthier Souls again, but this time it's sci-fi. What the fuck? Like, you really have to be paying attention to even notice it, because it's so different from how the first two movies did that you wouldn't even recognize it unless you saw the name or were like paying attention for the two words that aren't blurred out by other dialogue going on. That was a really interesting choice that I did not like. But also you have that same like choir music that they were playing in the first movie. A lot of the music is really pretty the same. And then with the traps and that whole sequence, there is a lot of similarities too. They kind of like mix some things together, like they do the paint can falling down swinging down the stairs, but then it's a flour bag this time instead of paint, but it's like the paint can, what the paint can was doing. And there's a few other ones like that too. That was really cool. So I like that. But the choir one was really funny too, because it's the choir music playing over the couple trying to climb this wall, and it is so fucking funny. I loved it. It was like really, it's got this like super dramatic music playing in the background, but it is literally like so goofy. It is super goofy. I loved it. But then there was a few other things that this movie tried to do to make itself original, and I don't know if they were necessarily the directions to go. Like having the uncle's main threat that he's going to shave a kid's head. That's weird, right? That's not really a threat to me, first off. Second off, why are you going to do that? Like that, what? You trying to emotionally scar your child, or are you trying to discipline them? I think there has to be a line set there. I didn't get half that for selling my real kids. That's a quote. And also that scene with the British kid's mom flying back from Tokyo to save her son, and they're on the plane, and there's a really long and uncomfortable scene with this random creep who just stares into the camera for most of it. He's not even staring at anybody. He's just staring at the camera. What the fuck? It's a really uncomfortable scene. But let's get now to the best part of this movie. And that is the traps and the action sequence that goes along with that. It's really awesome. That is by far, I would even say, might be better than Home Alone 1 and 2 as far as aggressiveness, creativity. No, maybe not creativity, but aggressiveness and just going all out. It's really, really, really strong stuff. And it really did feel like the original movies, even the third one. It really felt like those three, and how crazy it was. The VR one is really, really funny. And also just a really, really crazy psychological torture. The attic gun one with the thumbtacks, it's very fucked up. But there's a lot of other really, really good traps. You could really tell that was the part of the movie that they really wanted to get right, and they did. They went all out with it. I commend them for that. They did a really good job. The kid is not annoying in that part. He's actually really, really good. The parents do a really good job too. It's done well, I will say. And it does help end the movie off on a really good note, because then they get the doll that gets them the money, and there's like this really funny scene where they have to try and catch the doll because the kid threw it down the stairs, and that's really funny. And then they all come together. Whoa, happy ever after. Whoa, party time. Whoa. But I mean, that is what it is. It's party time. Whoa. But it leaves the movie off on a good note. This is not the best Home Alone movie. I would say it's probably fourth best. I would say my rankings, now having finally seen all six, would be 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, and 4. Yeah. Really, you could honestly well, no. 5 goes above 4. Only barely, but 5 goods go above 4. Will this movie find a spot on my favorite movies list? Absolutely not. No. It might be an honorable mention, but that is it. But compared to what I was expecting going into this movie, I'm pleasantly surprised. I had an enjoyable time watching this movie, which I did not think I would expect. But I really, really liked it. It's a good film. Honestly, you can skip Home Alone 4 and 5, and just, if you're doing a Home Alone marathon, just do 1, 2, 3, and 6. You'll have a much better time than if you watch 4 and 5 and then watch 6. Or maybe do watch 4 and 5 so 6 looks better. Because it's definitely not on the level of the first 3. But I don't know. What am I to say? My final score, I'm going to give this one I'll give it a 6 out of 10. 6th movie, 6 out of 10. Why not? I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. So, it made me feel good at the end of the night, which was a hard thing to do. But anyways, that's going to do for this video. If you've seen this movie, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do for this video as well, so stay tuned for other much more amazing content, including more movie reviews and other awesome stuff. Till next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.